We're here with Bucky Covington at City Limits Saloon. Welcome, Bucky.
Well, thank you much. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, you've been to Raleigh before, right?
I have been to Raleigh before. Actually, I believe I've been here at City Limits Saloon before. So if you missed last time's show, you got one more shot.
There you go. And you're a North Carolina homeboy.
Yes, I am. I'm originally from a little town called Rockingham, North Carolina, about an hour and a half from here. Great town. I'm actually hoping for, I'm actually got a lot of friends and family coming up tonight. So anytime we get to North Carolina, it feels like home.
That's awesome. And it's home to Rocking Way Speedway and Dragway.
Yes, ma'am. We got the NASCAR, which I believe they got a truck race there coming on this weekend, which is a great thing, getting the track up and going. Of course, the drag strip has always been batting 1,000. I think they got a big concert coming through there again soon. So, good job, guys.
And you're a big NASCAR guy, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, actually. Now, a lot of people think that I've already sang the national anthem. And I did go to the Bristol race with Billy Ray Cyrus, and we did this whole thing with soldiers coming home and everything else. And then, you know, we got up there, but we didn't do the national anthem. Billy Ray done the national anthem. So I've never done the national anthem. So coming up in May in Iowa will be my first televised national anthem. So I've got the words on my refrigerator, and I've been going over it every time I go home and just making sure I got. And I know I got it, but it just, you never know what's going to happen when you got up there. So
yes, you got to get the national anthem right.
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know. It seems to make more press when you screw it up, so I might just screw it up. And if I do screw it up, let's assume I done it on purpose.
There you go. So you love Stuff on Wheels. You also did the motorcycle stuff with Dirks Bentley, his charity.
We've done, actually with Craig Morgan, we've done a big dirt bike ride, of course, with Kevin Wyndham and all the Supercross riders. We've had a chance to do all that. Anything on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, anything off-road, and then of course street bikes. I love street bikes also. We've done a big charity ride with Dirks Bentley, like you said. Raised a lot of money for the Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, which was
$200,000.
Yes, ma'am. You know, it was a great thing that fans and country music artists and all alike can come out together and do what we like to do anyway. You know, ride bikes on a beautiful day, and it raised money for a wonderful cause. So I'm very happy to do that.
Awesome. Now you also did a ATV, a Fisher ATV World for the Outdoor Channel last year.
Yes, ma'am. We have to get a lot of that going back up again this year. That just ain't work, you know, when you go out to Hatfield, McCoy, or up in Pennsylvania, and you just unload and you just ride. That's not a job at all, you know. That's more fun than anything. So we're very much hoping to get that up and going this year.
Now, have you ever got really hurt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yes. I've sold dirt bikes because of it. I've gotten rid of 4-wheelers. The thing about a dirt bike is when you wreck on a dirt bike, most of the time you can kind of get away from it. Of course, I say that, but I've definitely been hurt worse from a dirt bike than a 4-wheeler. But a 4-wheeler, when you wreck on it, it seems to stay with you. Very good at staying with you.
Very good. Just a little thing more personal about you. You're engaged.
Yes. I've been engaged now for probably about 2.5 years, give or take. Miss Catherine Cook, she's an absolute wonderful person. I met her after American Idol. I moved up to Nashville and was riding around and came up to this little spot, and the prettiest thing I ever saw in my life was sitting in there. So she was actually so pretty I didn't have the nerve to go up and ask her. I had to send my brother's wife up to her, like he was in 7th grade. Doesn't matter, it worked, and I got her at home now.
There you go. Now, Bucky, that's an unusual name. Is that a nickname for you? Or?
It is a nickname. You know, my real name is William, but ever since I was about, I don't know, before they ever called me William, I think when you're at the hospital, you have to write a name down, and then when you get home, they end up naming themselves, you know, kids, you know. So, you know, I came home, my grandfather, who is originally from Rockingham, North Carolina, who started the body shop that we all worked in. His name is Buck Covington, William also, but Buck. Obviously, Buck is short for William. I don't get it either, folks. I don't understand it. But Buck is obviously short for William, so I got Bucky. Obviously, I was cute.
Now, you didn't start playing just before American Idol. You've been in music. Have you been doing music all your life? How did all that?
You know, in 6th grade, like a lot of kids, I got into band. You know, I done the trumpet, and then I went from the trumpet to French horn. But then I figured out that chicks don't like guys on French horns. They like guitars. So, you know, when I was about 18, 19 years old, I just really wanted to learn how to play guitar. It's just one of those things that was just aggravating me. I just knew I could do it. And, you know, I originally learned how to play guitar because I wanted to sing. And I didn't want to, you know, this internet was still brand new at this time, so, you know, tracks and all that was kind of a whole thing. So I just wanted to be able to grab a guitar and be able to sing. But then over the years, of course, I get infatuated with it, and I just want to learn more and more about it. So absolutely big fan of the guitar. Yeah.
And you also do drums?
I do. Now I'm not going to consider myself a drummer, but if you play an easy enough song, I can get in back there and hold a beat. If you get into something real technical, I'm going to call my brother up. That's it. Yeah, no way.
That's right. And you have an identical twin as your brother.
I do. I have an identical twin brother. His name is Rocky. He's also in the shows with me. He's my tour manager and drummer. For a while, he was just my drummer, but the last tour manager went away. And I got to thinking, who knows you better than your identical twin? So it worked out perfect. He liked doing it, so it's going great with him.
Now, when you guys were younger, did you ever switch identities and pull the wool over people's eyes? Because you look exactly alike.
We do look exactly alike. As far as that goes, you can just probably Google up your own stories on that.
we won't talk about the arrest, huh?
Exactly, yes.
Google that, guys.
Everything kind of happens, of course, being twins in a small town, just everybody knows you just because you're just freaks. I've met a lot of twins, and every so often you meet twins that are just kind of freakishly alike. You know what I mean? And me and Rocky are definitely kind of in that category. So yeah, a lot of folks know who we are and everything. And yeah, every so often you can have fun with it, and sometimes you can just flat out get in trouble with it.
So American Idol comes up in, I guess, 2006. You hear that they're gonna advertise for it, or?
I was going to go out to Memphis, Tennessee and try out. Memphis, Tennessee was 12 hours away from Rockingham. So, I wanted to go, but I couldn't take that much time off of work. I couldn't get a week off work, get behind on bills and everything else. So I wanted to go, but in all actuality, I wasn't probably going to go. Right before the tryouts, Hurricane Katrina comes along and all the relief efforts go to Memphis, working out of Memphis. So for that reason, they canceled the tryouts. So back in the shop I go, painting cars, and I play it on the weekend. My brother's wife, Tara, actually comes up to me and goes, "You're not going to believe this, but they've moved the tryouts, rescheduled it to Greensboro, North Carolina, which was an hour away from where I live." So, and the neat part about it was, when you get your golden pass, yellow ticket, whatever, the yellow piece of paper says you're going to Hollywood, and you're, yay. 2 hours after that, I was back in the body shop painting cars. I'd go up, I'd make the second cut, painting cars. That same day, like after lunch, I was back in the shop, And when I went out to Hollywood, I made to Hollywood, I'd go out down the red carpets, the works. That next Monday, back in the body shop painting cars. So it definitely kept me honest.
Well, you did well. You got to the top 8.
Yes.
So that
it was a wonderful competition. Love American Idol for everything it did for me. A major way of learning quick, as far as what the business is about and kind of what it entails. So definitely put a name with a face with a sound in a matter of 3 months, and you just can't ask for anything better than that. I'm very, very lucky to be where I am.
I think I heard Simon say one time that when you're in American Idol, you will sing more in a concentrated short period of time than you will in all the time.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct. Yes, without a doubt. I don't know where that came from. You spend more time doing interviews, pictures, and running around. The only time we had to work on like songs or music. I remember singing. You sing twice before the show, and then the show. You sing for what they call camera block. In other words, you go around and the cameras just kind of say, "All right, we might do this, and then we can do this and this," and then you'll run it one more time just for shits and giggles. And other than that, you do the show. And practicing was really like after 10 o'clock at night. It was very tough to find time to go and practice. But when I came off of American Idol, I'll be honest with you, I was so out of shape, it was ridiculous. I had to get back in the custom of doing hour shows, because you only sing, a minute and a half at a time. You might be a little here, a little bit, but it's only a minute and a half. So when I went back out on stage and got into a real stage, sometimes in the sunshine, and pull an hour and a half, it'll beat you up.
So after Idol, you did a self-titled debut album that did fabulous.
Yes, we debuted an album. My first album debuted at #1, which was absolutely awesome coming off American Idol, getting into country music. It debuted at #1, I think the first one since Billy Ray Cyrus back in 1991, I think, which
92.
At 92 is actually a wonderful guy. I've had a chance to I'm actually pretty good buddies with Billy and a lot of his folks and everything now, his brother and all. So been a great guy to meet. The album did debut at #1. I was very happy to see that, and then of course went on to produce 3 consecutive top 10s. Different World, Good to Be Us, I'll Walk. Thank y'all for that, by the way. So yeah, it was an absolute. You know, when you come off American Idol, it is that. It's just American Idol. So coming into country music and getting that kind of response was exactly what I was looking for. Was exactly what I wanted.
And you know, it's you released that April 17th, so it's just 3 days shy, 5 years ago.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
I looked
Wow.
it up. Isn't that's...
Well, it's time to get a new one out then, isn't it?
Yes, you did. You're a busy guy. You got a new label.
Yes.
You got a new album coming out. You're doing a national tour. So
Yes.
talk a little bit about
Well,
that.
first of all, like you said, it has been about 5 years now. A lot of people know I have been kind of off the radar for the last little bit. And the problem is when the economy went down, the label I was with, if you will, shut down. And when that happens, contracts back and forth. It took about a year and a half, give or take, to finish up the logistics, you know, all the yada yada, the lawyer talk. So we finally got done with that. We signed up with E1 Entertainment, which is an amazing record label. Love these guys to death. We got a brand new song coming out, I Want to Be That Feeling, coming out May 7th is the ad date. Video should be also May 7th, right around the same time. So we're very excited about getting all that out. And this year, the album, I'm Alright, should be coming out in stores at the end of the summer. So we're very, very excited about getting all this out.
Well, just to let people know too, the EP part of the album
Yes.
is down because I downloaded it last
Yes.
night.
You
So
can
it's-
go ahead and get Want to Be That Feeling now. You go
Yes.
on the internet and get it now. We went ahead and made it available because, you know, with the other label that was going away, so many things got so confusing through there. Like songs would go on the radio, but you couldn't get them. And I was like, it just doesn't make sense, you know? So we finally got with a great company. So very excited about this year coming out. Actually, on the album, I've actually got a duet I'll be doing tonight called Drink Inside of Country. It's a duet with Shooter Jennings. So I actually got to write, produce, and produce Shooter in the studio with them. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, do you write a lot of your songs?
I do write a lot. Some of them make it on the album, some of them don't. You know, there's a lot of wonderful songwriters in Nashville, and for that case, you know, all over the world. You know, so I'll write a handful of songs. But you know, if people send me songs that I got, it's all right. You got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll do that for you. But if people send me songs that I just I think are hit songs, then I will cut their songs over mine. I don't necessarily want it just because I wrote it. I want just a great, phenomenal album. And this album has shaped up. I'm very proud of my live shows. A lot of high energy, a lot of, you know, go go go. And I finally formulated this album just like a Bucky Covington live show. So if you like my show, you're gonna dig the album.
Very good, very good. Now, the new single that's coming out, I Want to Be That Feeling. What a great, I love this song. I think
Thank
it's
you
going to
much.
skyrocket in the charts.
Well, I
How
think
did you
you're right.
find this? Did you write? You didn't
I
write
didn't
it.
write this one. This was wrote by Jimmy Erie and Ben Hayslip. Ben Hayslip has just been having a phenomenal year up in Nashville at the ASCAP Awards, which is Writer Awards. You know, I think he almost just pulled his stool up and just stayed up on stage. The guy was just batting 1,000. So you know, he's an amazing songwriter. We came across with Doug Howard, who used to work with Lyric Street Records, who I used to be with. I went over to Doug Howard's house, which was great. Instead of going in the office and sending it here and there, I just went to his house, sat down and hung out with him, and we came across this song. As soon as I heard this song, I felt like I wanted to be riding around with the windows down. You know, it was one of those feelings, you know. So without a doubt, we went to the studio, I think within the next 3 days, and cut that song.
Yeah, well, that's what I was doing when I was listening to it coming here.
Windows down, exactly.
Yeah. Now, you just did a video for this song,
Yes.
and it was a very interesting shoot. Where
Yes.
you, what tell us about that?
Want to Be That Feeling is a love story. It's a love story, but we went and shot it just outside of Nashville in the Tennessee State Penitentiary. Now, it's been shut down in 1991, and it's the same penitentiary where they done the Green Mile and the Last Castle, the Green Mile with Tom Hanks. So we went in this, we were looking for like an old kind of run-down town, and this place hadn't seen a coat of paint since 1991. So, you know, we went and shot the video there. I think the video got exactly what the director was looking for, Kristen Barlow. So we were very happy about that. Now, the neat thing about the prison actually is in Tennessee, pretty much, this penitentiary was very known for the death row. Is what it was there for. If you messed up in Tennessee, pretty much you went to this prison and that was it. So they ended up, in other words, they killed a lot of people in this prison. And they shut it down because the cells were too small for 2 guys. It was inhumane. So it's okay to kill them, just don't let them stand that close to each other. It's ridiculous. It is, right on, man.
Well, listen, I know you got to get ready for the show. One other thing, I read that you're involved in a really great cause,
Yes.
Help the Good Guys. What's that all about?
Help the Good Guys. In short, what Help the Good Guys is, and you can go to helpthegoodguys.com to find out all the information on it, is we raise awareness and immediate financial relief for firefighters and police officers who have been injured on duty and their families. In short, we went down to Birmingham. There was this fella, a firefighter, got burned up. He was a carpenter and his wife worked. He got burned, about 50% of his body, walked in the building fell. And the bad thing is, you know, this 6, 7, 8 months it takes you to heal up and get back on your feet, or longer. You know, the banks don't understand that. You can't call them up and say, I need a couple months on my house payment. So this guy was about to lose his house and everything else. But when you lose a house, it's not just a house, it's a home. You know, kids might have to leave their school, they have to go to a different district. It can turn into a whole thing. And never do I think by making the right decision should, you know, you lose your way of life. So this organization is designed to and stop that, you know. So we have in Madisonville, Tennessee, we're going tomorrow, just outside of Knoxville. We're doing another benefit up there for Sergeant Lowell Russell, who was highway patrol, sitting on the side of the road, transfer truck, falls asleep. You can imagine the rest. He is still alive, but he is starting to look at the same boat. So we have another show tomorrow going in to raise money up for him. You can go to helpthegoodguys.com. We also have Help the Good Guys Presents Bucky Covington, an album. We can't go to every city, of course, where these things happen, because it does happen a lot more than we would like to think. So you can go on helpthegoodguys.com and get this album and put it all over your town, Walmart, pharmacies, hardware store, wherever, and all the proceeds will go to the family in need in that town. So please go to BuckyCovington.com for tour dates coming up and Help the Good Guys.
That's awesome. Bucky, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And good luck tonight, City Limits Saloon.
Yes, ma'am. Let's go knock 'em dead.
Wanna be that feeling. I wanna be that wind blowing through your hair. When life was like your favorite song on those summer days.